something like more likes or subscribers or something. The reason I'm asking you to do this is because I want you to go watch a video in an advanced level, watch a video in the middle of the training, watch a video in the beginning of the training. So I want you to check, is the quality of training continuing the same way throughout the training? Okay, so in the beginning demo, everybody will give an extremely good demo. Initial couple of sessions, yes, every trainer will do the same way, right? Because the initial topics are all basics. Everybody gives their best in doing it. But down the lane, as you keep getting into the complex levels, or as you keep moving into the complex topics of Pega, or you dive deep into the Pega, what is their skill set? How are they delivering? I want you to check that. Okay, so that is the reason I'm asking you to go check my videos. It has a videos on soap integration, rest integrations, emails, Kafka. Okay, there are many complex topics as well. So go check them, because these topics come towards the end of the training. Okay, so this will help you to understand, what is the level of expertise I have on Pega, and how comfortable or compatible you will with be with me throughout this 3 months of training program. Okay, because I don't want you to just take a decision, yes or no, whatever is the decision. Don't take a decision with just 1 hour of demo. Okay, watch all the videos, see how is the trainer training you throughout the training program, only then take your decision. Okay, that is the reason I am showing you this YouTube channel and my website for course content. Okay, so any questions so far, guys, about the training, or anything you want to ask me? We will jump into the main demo part in the next few minutes. As of now, do you have any questions? Because this is the important thing everybody wants to know about the training. So I just want to cover it in the beginning of the session. Then a small intro to Pega and all we will cover up in the next half an hour. So far, do you have anything for me?
Hi, Nicola. So this training will be covering both CSA and CSSA certifications. Like we will
Right.
be able to do the certifications, right?
So, yes, so this training covers the concepts of CSA and CSSA. Basically, what I aim is, I aim to cover all the concepts that is required for a developer with 4 or 5 years of experience in his day-to-day life. Okay, so yes, you should be in a position to clear your certifications. However, certification is different, knowledge is different, guys. Sometimes, some people may find it weird, but those who have a lot of real-time experience will surely agree with me. Certification is different and the real time knowledge is different, guys. Why I say that is, see, there are few areas which we not work day to day life, or there are few definitions which we forget, right? We are like 10 plus 15 plus years of experience. We don't look at those definitions, we don't look at some very basic things on day to day life. So when it comes to certification, you have to touch every corner. So even though you have a very good expertise in Pega, maybe you will fail in CSA exam. There are chances. Okay, and maybe you are very good in Pega, but still you didn't give your LSA certification, or you failed in the LSA certification. So that happens, guys. Maybe if you are a person who is below 5 years of experience, you will disagree with me. But those who are like 10 plus, they should surely agree with me. They know the pain. Okay, we have knowledge, but certification is not a cup of tea for us. Okay, so yes, with this training, you should be in a position to clear the certification, but still, I prefer you to go and learn the dumps and give your certification, because 1 or 2 questions, this side, that side, you answer wrong, you will lose the certification. And each certification exam costs you like around 14,000. So you will lose 14,000 rupees, so which is not a good thing. So, but what this training does is, whenever you read the dumps or whenever you read the questions, you will be in a position to understand the question and you will be able to choose your answer at least. Okay, so that I can assure you, you will be in a position to choose your answers in out of the multi choice questions, the options they give, you will be in a position to do that. Okay, and you will have the expertise required for 4 to 5 years of experience, if and only if you do all the projects that I teach you in the session, and if you do all the practicals, of course you will have that. See, what I do to make sure like the due practicals is, we maintain an Excel sheet. which contains the name of the person, the date, and the task. So every Friday, I expect you people to submit me the task screenshots and update the Excel as well. The reason I update the Excel is when you see others completing the task and when you don't complete it, you will have that feeling, okay, everybody is doing it. It's only me who is not doing it. And then you understand that you're slowly going out of the Pega market. This is the first step to go out of the Pega market because you're not practicing, right? Just paying a trainer is not enough, right? You have to practice it. So that feeling or that pokey thing comes to you when you look at other people doing the task. So I also keep pushing people to submit me the task screenshots. Okay. So we try our best to make sure that you do the practical and that you're up to the mark. The rest depends on every individual. Okay. So yeah, so can you provide the dumps? Generally, I provide the dumps, guys. I find it from one or other student. Somebody will buy it and they'll share it with me. So whatever dumps I have, I'll be sharing towards the end of the training. Okay, but again, dumps are not 100% reliable. Every question comes from the dump only, no doubt about it. But the answers in the dumps are not always correct. Some of the answers might be wrong. So if you strongly feel that this is the right answer, go for it.
Hi, Nikhila. If you're using 8.6 version, is that fine for the training? Because I'm using organization laptop. So,
So you're using cloud in that
no,
sandbox?
no, no.
Okay, so you're saying you want to install the personal edition?
Yeah, I installed 8.6 version in my organization laptop.
Okay.
So, is that fine for the training? Because since in my
So
personal laptop, I don't.
know Pega to some extent. Okay. At least you're trained earlier or you're working in Pega. You can use any version of Pega, any 8.x because you're already comfortable with Pega. Any version is fine for me. But you are a beginner to Pega, please use the same version I'm using because slide options might change from my screen to your screen. So if you're a beginner, that will be like a big mess to you. But if you already know Pega, you can figure it out, right? They just get renamed or they just move to a different place on the screen. You can figure it out or I can help you out. But if you're a beginner, please use the same software or the version that I'm giving you. Don't use anything else. Please uninstall the existing one and reinstall this one.
Like, I can use my organization one, right? 8.5 also, if it is. Because I can't use your in organization one. That.
No, yes, you can use 8.5.
Okay, thank you.
So somebody is telling they are
Yeah,
already
Nikhila.
certified on 7.x. And do I need to pay fee again and write exam? No, guys. Once you're certified as a Pega developer like CSA or WSA or LSA, whatever certification it is, once you're certified, you're certified forever. Your certification is not going to expire or something, Because see, we wrote in Pega 6.x, again I wrote in 7, again I'm writing in 8. Why am I writing? Because my manager pushes me, they want us to upgrade. So we write in every version. But it doesn't mean that my Pega 6 certification got expired or 7 got expired. Just because you have year-end reviews and you have to write your certifications in higher versions, we write it. And of course, it's a proof that you are comfortable in 8, something like that. Okay. Otherwise, it's not mandatory to write certification in every version of Pega. Not required. And somebody asked me a question in the chat. The person is already certified, and does this training help you? So, does this training help you? That you need to decide because this is purely real time project oriented training. You get a good hands on real time scenarios, designs, and architectures. This should help you. But what is your level of expertise in Pega? I don't know that, right? So, just watch my videos on YouTube, and if you think you're learning something new, then you can enroll for the training because key data pages, Kafka integration, job scheduler queue processing, and a lot of topics. If you're not comfortable with them, then this training is good for you. Okay, Shravan, yes, it's going to start from Feb 2nd. Yeah, sorry, I interrupted someone.
Yeah,
Somebody was asking
Nikhila.
me a question. Please go ahead.
Yeah, yeah, Nikhila. Being a 3+ years experience, like we need to complete LSC, sorry, CSA, CWSA also, or
Uh,
CSA is enough.
no, so I will talk about all these things when I cover in the PPT, guys. Just a moment.
Okay. And one more thing is like is if I have a 8+ years of experience, is it good to switch to Pega or because there are people in the market who is having like a 3 plus 4 plus years of experience and now he's working for
I
Pega
didn't
also,
get
right?
your question,
So
Chandra. Can you
will
say
they,
it again?
no, being 8 plus years, like if I'm switching to Pega with 3 years experience, will they
Mhm.
give preference?
Okay.
Because obviously the
So,
package
yeah.
matters, right?
Yeah, let me also answer these questions, guys, about opportunities and Pega, who can learn Pega, the packages and all. So, coming to who can learn Pega, I say anyone can learn Pega. Why do I say that? See, if you want to exist in the IT, we have to keep on learning. This is a known fact, right? Even if I have 20 years of experience, okay, maybe I'm working on mainframes or something, okay, this is getting retired, or not many projects are present on that the tool or technology. I have to go and learn something new that is in the market, right? If you don't upgrade yourself, why will the company pay you? Why will somebody hire you, right? So there is no doubt about it. Let your years of experience be anything, still you have to learn. It's not like can I learn, it is like I have to learn. Because if you are not upgraded, even if a manager is a good friend of you or the BPM lead is a good friend of you, still that they can't pay you, right? They can't pay you, they can't keep you in the team, they can't recruit you because you don't have the required skill. Okay, assume that my family member himself is a lead or a manager or a CEO of that company, he wants to recruit me and pay me good, but if I don't have the skill, what, they can't help me, right? They can't do anything. So it is very much important and necessary for us to stay in IT. For those people to stay in IT, you have to upgrade your skills, guys. Okay, that's quite common, so no doubt about it. And how about freshers or new passouts or people from different backgrounds? See, freshers, you can learn Pega, guys, because it's a booming technology. It's a hot cake in the market, so you will have a bright future, no doubt about it. You can go. And people who are getting, from non-IT backgrounds, if you made your decision to come to IT, okay, if you made a decision to come to IT, then Pega is a good solution for you guys because Pega is a no coding tool. Okay, you don't have any coding. The code is auto generated. Everything is built in. So it is easy to learn. Lot of opportunities are there in the market. Good packages are being offered. Good on-site opportunities. So looking at all the constraints, if you made a decision to come to IT, you have to learn Pega. This is for people who are coming from non-IT backgrounds. Okay, so if you want something, then you have to struggle for it, right? Yeah, I know you are from a triple background, you're from mechanical background, you are a manager in some bank or you are a admin somewhere, but you want to work on IT, you want to get something like that, and then you have to work hard. There's no doubt about it. Yeah, see, maybe like what I did in my BTech when I was taking a CSC group. Maybe you will have to do now. Maybe you have to learn what is a function, what is a method, what is a class and object now. Yeah, you have to put some extra effort than me because this is not your cup of coffee earlier, right? So you have to learn. So there is nothing like can I learn Pega? It is like, do you want to learn? Then learn. Do you want to grab an opportunity on Pega and work? Do you want to get into IT? Do you want to stay in IT? Then you have to do it, guys. People call and ask me, is this suitable for me? Is this good for me? This is your decision, yeah, your life, your decision, your future. If you want, you have to do it. Right? So that's your choice purely. Maybe I'm sounding a little harsh or something, but this is what I feel, right? It's your decision. If you want to earn more, if you want to do something for your family, if you want to have a better life, you have to learn something new in the market and you have to upgrade yourself. And how long will Pega stay in the market? See, at least I see 10 years for sure, 10 to 15 years for sure. On what basis I'm saying that? See, with Pega, I don't see many limitations, guys. Okay, so we can do machine learning, robotics, I mean, all these kind of things. You have cloud. You can integrate with anything that is available in the market today. Okay, so looking at all these things, I feel it's a good one. We feel comfortable to work with Pega. I mean, like any kind of integration with any tool, any technology is possible for us. Okay. Yeah, so look at the client base. Okay, forget about my words. Look at the client base. Look at the companies using Pega. If the client base is high, then the opportunities are high, the projects are high, the pay is high. Okay. Let me show you some of the good companies using Pega today. Very few I'm showing you. Okay, very few I'm showing you. This is a very few. Okay, because they are good companies. I'm just listing them out. Yeah, there are many good companies which I don't know also. But I'm just listing which I know or which I trained or which I worked or where my friends and colleagues are working. I'm listing them. Okay, that the company is using Pega. And this is not even 1 by 10th part, I should say. There is a big list of companies using Pega, guys, very big list. And you have a lot of some startups coming up every year. Okay, so some good ones, which are very famous companies, I just listed them here. Maybe one of your dream companies may be in the list. Okay, maybe through Pega you'll find an opportunity to work in those dream companies. Okay, look at the client base. When the client base is huge, okay, which means like they have a lot of projects, right? And every project may last at least for 5 to 10 years, right? Means your job is safe for at least 5 to 10 years. Okay, and also look at the way that Pega is growing day by day. When I started my career in 2010, we were working on Pega version 4. It is 10 years now. We are in Pega version 8.6. You know how many patch versions came in between? Lot of patch versions came in between. Means the pace at which Pega is growing and upgrading itself, to the needs of the clients tells us like how long Pega will be there in the market. Okay. See, maybe you are good at something, but if you are not upgrading as per your demands of your family or as per your demands of your client or customer, people will ignore you down the lane. People will stop using. Okay, right? They will switch to something else which is trending in the market, right? Same thing. If you do not upgrade as per the needs of the customers or per the developers or clients, this tool will not also exist in the market. Like you can see, these are the various versions came up. Since 5.5 I have written. 6 had multiple patch versions, 7 had multiple patch versions, or 8 now we are in 8.6. I have to update my PPT. So it is like every year they are trying to grow themselves and they are trying to make life easy for developers as well as their clients. So looking at all these factors, I see it's a good place to work. Okay. So yeah, this is what I feel about Pega and its future and the opportunities. And regarding the packages and all, hey, I can't answer about how much package you can get on Pega and all. See, there is a team member of mine who had only 2.5 years of experience. She was working in my team. She shifted to Pega Systems company. Now she got 18 lakhs package. Do you believe 2.5 years person getting 18 lakhs package? Okay. So I don't say that everybody is going to get 2.5 years for 18 lakhs package. Okay. Generally, for 2.5 years, the package lies between 7 to maximum 7 lakhs or 10 lakhs, something like that. Okay. So maybe she is attending multiple companies and she was showing the offer letters to next company and she got something like that. Or maybe she is really technically strong. Okay, so it depends on the person, their capability, that the company that is hiring you. Hey, Pega Systems will pay you good, yeah. Okay, go to Apple or go to Amazon, they'll pay you good. Go to some service based companies, they will not pay you that much. Go to some startups, they'll pay you good, they'll screw you also. Okay, so it depends on the company, your skills, your expertise, your location, the requirement they have, how much workload they're planning for you. A lot of things come into the picture. Okay, but I can say there is a good demand. We are really getting well paid in the market today, and market correction is also happening in the month of March this year. So we are expecting more hikes and more packages for Pega people. Okay, from the last 15 years of my experience in Pega, every year, compared to other teams in the company, we always got paid high because it's a hotcake tool in the market. Because it's a good tool, we get little more hikes when compared to other people on other tools and technologies like Java or .NET or something. We are paid high, and this is continuing still. Okay, so from that point of view, I say it's a good choice. Okay, anything else before we jump into the main demo for Pega?
Nikhila, there are a few questions in the chat. Maybe you can answer them.
Yeah, there are a few questions. I have to Pega developer explain. Okay, so somebody is asking me if I have only few years of experience on Pega, will product-based companies ask me questions on Java and all? Not at all. Even if you ask me any question on Java today, I will not be in a position to answer because I'm not a Java developer. I'm a Pega developer. Okay, no person will ask you questions on Java or database if you're a Pega developer. Okay, nobody is going to ask you. Yeah, if you go to companies like Amazon or something like that, they may ask you because their style of recruitment is different. Okay, I worked in Amazon, so I know about them. So they ask you on Java, they ask you on DevOps, they ask you on database. They also ask you some mathematical questions to check your logical thinking and all. Those companies are different. Okay. However, other companies, go for any other product-based company. Generally, if you're a Pega developer, people only ask you on Pega. They don't ask you on other stuff. Okay. You are a Pega developer. You're not a Java developer to ask you on Java and all these things. So no question about that. They're not supposed to ask you. Okay. So one or two hours, that is their problem. Okay. Okay. Somebody is asking, there are Pega developers, Pega admins. So what is our training? Our training is Pega development training. Okay. So this is not related to admin or business analyst or something else. This is purely developers training. Yeah, somebody is asking me, every company is asking at least 2 years of expertise, and how can freshers apply? If you are just 2021 pass out, or 2022 pass outs, you can't apply, guys. But at least if you have 1 or 2 years of gap after the studies, you can show some fake experience and you can apply. But nowadays Pega is kept as a subject in some universities. Okay, so companies are going to the universities and hiring freshers on Pega. So maybe you can find some walk-ins like that and you can try. Okay. So does this training cover JMS, MQs and other topics? JMS, MQs are not covered, guys, because JS7 is an MQs require MQ setup, integration with external stuff and all. That can't be done. SOAP we do, REST we do, email integrations we do, file integrations we do, external database integrations we do. Okay, JMS and MQs we are not doing. Okay. Hope I covered the questions in the chat. Anything else? Is Java mandatory for Pega? Not at all. It is not at all mandatory. See, to learn Pega, it's good if you have any industry experience. Maybe you worked on Java, you worked on .NET, you worked on some other BPM tool. Any industry experience is fine, guys. So again, is industry experience mandatory? No. It just makes you comfortable. See, if I know English, I can learn Tamil or Kannada or something, right? Because you know one language. Just the same thing you're learning in a different language, right? The same way, guys. If you know any other tool or technology, you will just map the things. Okay, this is called as this in this language, it is called as this in the other language. You just map the things become easy for you. But if you're from a complete non-IT background, maybe you need to work little harder. Like we worked in a graduation when we were learning C++, Java. Maybe that kind of hard work maybe you need to do. I'm not saying you have to learn C++, and Java now. I'm saying little more hard work you need to do than people who have IT experience. Okay, so that is what I say. I don't say there is a prerequisite or something like that. Maybe a little more hard work for the people. One thing, guys, if you made your decision to come into IT and if you want to learn Pega, you should do some hard work. That is expected. And somebody is asking me, I'm in BTech fourth semester now. Will it help me? Hey, just check. As I told you, some universities are using Pega as a subject, and when we go to the companies for recruitment, we are querying them. I mean, like we are recruiting them based on their Pega knowledge in the whatever they have learned in the colleges. Okay, so it's good if you learn. Okay. uh, because whenever you have campus selections and all, you can tell them that you have training on Pega, or you can show them some mini projects that you have done on Pega, which makes your profile more impressive than other people in the who are attending your interviews. So maybe you will be like a good candidate to pick from the rest. So you can attempt, you can try. If you want to give a try, you can try. Right? Because I went to a college for hiring. Everybody is like a very basic level. There is somebody who is already good at Pega and all. So I'll be impressed, right? Oh, at a graduate level, you made the setup. So I'll be impressed and I'll consider his profile. Maybe if I'm in his place, I might consider. So it's a good attempt actually. Which topic or concept is complex? Full course of Pega to concentrate more on it. I'll be telling you, not now, Chaitanya. We're still in the demo. If I talk about all this, people will, yeah, no, okay, not. One thing I should say is like activity. If you know activity, you can master the whole of Pega. Okay, but not now. This is just a demo. Okay, let's not talk about all that. In most of the projects, not all use cases can be implemented by using Pega alone. Somebody will go like Java. Okay. See, I have 15 years of experience, as I told you. Okay. In all of my expertise, maybe once or twice I coded. Once or twice means it's like negligible, 0.9999 kind of thing, right? Okay. And even when I code, what I do, I look at the existing code of the OOTB code, or I Google it. Okay. I try to get some code under it. One thing, guys, higher the version of Pega, the less the customization you need to do. Okay, today we are standing in Pega 8.6, means like you can expect hardly zero coding is needed in this. Okay, but maybe if your client comes up with some complex requirement which cannot be achieved with Pega, the first thing that we do is first we raise a service request to Pega team saying that, hey guys, my client is asking something. This is this possible in Pega? If it is possible, they will give a solution for us. Hey, this is how you can do it in Pega. If it is not possible, they will give you a hot fix, or maybe you need to code it. So that is something we can think later, not in the demo right now. But as I told you, we hardly do any coding in Pega tool. Hardly do any coding. Pega unit testing, basic testing like a developer, we do it, guys, not like a tester. Okay, so guys, please pause your questions for a moment, okay? Because we are running short of time. I will answer your questions, okay? I just want to give a small intro to Pega, what we are going to do, how we develop projects in Pega, and all that. And then we will switch to the questionnaire again. The reason is that there are many people from out of India as well, okay? It's getting too late for them. So let's take a pause here. Okay, we'll do that. We'll come back. I know where I stopped my questions. I'll resume from that point and I'll answer all your questions. Okay, so now let me keep this down. Okay, let me take notepad. Hey, I want to know what is Pega from you guys. Just your thoughts. Don't give me any definitions that you see in Google or you see in any blogs. Just tell me what you feel Pega is. Please be vocal, guys. If you're not interactive in the session, maybe your learning experience will be little low when compared to others. Speak whatever you want to speak. Nobody can see you, right? Speak whatever you
Pega is
want
to
to say.
develop applications.
Pega is a
To develop applications.
okay. Pega is a tool used to develop applications. Okay. What else?
It is a
It is a
low code.
BPM tool.
Yeah.
It supports web applications, maybe.
Okay. We develop web applications. Okay. Perfect.
It is a BPM tool.
Perfect. It's a
We
BPM
also
tool.
develop mobile app.
It helps us to automate the process.
To automate business process.
Low code development.
Low code or no coding tool. Okay.
It solves the business problems.
We
To
can
solve
build
business
mobile
process.
applications.
Sorry.
We can build
It is
mobile.
enterprise applications.
Okay. Yes, we are building enterprise applications. Nothing but web applications covered.
So we
Built on
can't
Java.
build the entire
Right, right.
website.
It's a
We
tool
can
which is
just
built on Java. Yes, somebody, sorry. Can you say it again?
Yeah,
we
it is built
can't
on
build
Java.
we
Hmm.
can't build the entire application. It's just a few issues to be resolved under the business.
Okay, so you're saying we can't build end-to-end application.
Yes.
Integrate with any system.
We can integrate with any system. Hey, not everything I'm writing on the screen is right, okay? I'm just only taking a note of your views. Okay, please don't consider that everything I'm writing here is true. No, no, no. I'm going to break some myths. I'm going to tell what is right and what is wrong. Okay. So what else you think Pega is? You came to learn Pega. You might have done some research, right? Tell me, what do you think Pega is? Or is it like because your friend told you Pega is good, no coding, high packages, on-site, come on, let's learn, that's it? Or because somebody of your cousin paid on behalf of you and you're sitting?
Develop the software system.
To develop software system. It's nothing but building
Can
web
be a reporting
applications.
tool.
It's all drag and drop format.
Drag and drop. So it is damn easy. It's like paint. Drag and drop. That copy paste, drag drop. Application is done, ready. No, I'm not saying. I'm just saying that. Okay. Very few. There are 84 people in the session, and hardly I got like not even 10
So it
answers.
is a simplifying the
Hmm?
hello. So it is for simplifying the process and it decreases the resources and decreases delivering of the project time.
I don't know if it is an issue with my system or something. I'm not completely getting the voice.
No, no, I am also not able to get him.
Yeah, yeah. Can you say it
It's a
again?
problem with me.
Okay, perfect. Now let me answer what is Pega. Yeah, please go ahead. Okay, okay. One moment. Okay, so now let me go one by one and we'll talk about this. Before that, let me share my feeling on Pega or what I feel about Pega. Okay, so Pega is basically a tool. It's a tool. Okay, or you can say it's a platform. Okay, which is built on Java, means Pega is a product or a tool which is built on Java. Okay, means Java developers found something or they introduced a new tool called as Pega. Okay, so Pega is a tool which is completely built on Java. It's a tool which is a platform which is built on Java. Okay, and okay, so here Java code is auto generated in the backend whenever we build any application on Pega. Okay, and so it's a tool where we build projects. Now, what kind of projects do you build? We build web applications and mobile applications as well. Do you know that we build mobile apps also on Pega? You don't know, right? So nobody told me this. We also build mobile apps. Yeah, somebody said yes. Awesome. We also build mobile apps on Pega, guys. Those who have real-time exposure on Pega might be aware of this because for the web apps we build for our customers, we also want mobile apps. So same application, we convert it into a mobile app and we keep it in your Play Store, App Store, whatever it is. Okay. Now, because this is built on Java, do I need to learn Java? Not necessary. Am I going to update this auto-generated Java code? No, you can't also. You are not going to do, you can't do it as well. Okay, just that Pega generates the code in the backend. Now, so this is right? This is used to build web applications. It is true. Okay, and it is used to automate business process. What do you mean by automate business process? See, why do we build web applications? Because you don't want people to do the manual stuff, right? Why do you build a banking app where you can do a fund transfer? Why do you build Google Pay, Phone Pay, and all these things? Because you want to remove that manual effort, right? Same way, whenever you build an application, you're trying to automate something. You're trying to automate some of the other business process, right? So that is also right. We are trying to automate business process. Okay, perfect. No, this is also right. It's a BPM tool. We'll talk about it later. Low coding, no coding. Perfect. You are right. So in Pega, it's a low coding tool, or you can say no coding tool. So we hardly do any kind of coding in Pega. Hardly. Okay. And as I told you, whenever there is something which cannot be achieved through Pega, first we'll reach out to Pega team. We will try to take the support in doing it. If it is not possible, if they're not also supporting it, then we try to customize and code, which rarely happens. Okay, can't build end-to-end application. This is a big myth. No, not right. Okay, it's not right. Okay, in Pega we can build end-to-end solutions.
I mean to say, like, are we able to develop a web application, like any, like suppose a search engine, if we use
That's
that
different,
kind of?
right? See, uh, every tool has its own expertise in certain areas. Okay, so
Okay.
can we use
Okay.
Pega to build something like Facebook? Can we use something like Twitter, like Instagram or WhatsApp? I don't say we can't use it, we can use it, but that is not the areas of expertise where Pega should be used. Okay, see,
Okay.
Oracle is there or SQL Server. What is it? They're there for storage. Similarly, everybody has their own different zone. Okay, zoners or zones or something, whatever it is. Similarly, Pega should be used in areas where you have to automate your business process. Okay, you will never see
Okay.
Pega being used to build a website like Amazon or Flipkart or Mintra or something like a
Yeah.
social networking sites like Facebook or Instagram or something. We will not even think of doing that things, guys, because Pega is such a costly tool and it has a capability to automate your business process. So when your capability is to automate your business process and somebody wants to use you like a search engine or a Facebook, then it's a wrong choice. Okay, it has a different capability. It is like your kid is having a capability to do something and you force him to learn something. He will not shine in that area, right? So similarly, Pega's capability is different. It can automate your business process. So what kind of business process we are automating? So it is like, let's say for example, I apply for an insurance. Okay, generally what happens, the insurance team has to look at my details, what surgery I'm undergoing, what drugs I'm going to take. Okay, should I go for complete payment, copay, core ratio? They have to decide. So if it is a manual decision, maybe it will take me like 3 days or 4 days or 5 days. So in the meanwhile, maybe the patient, might go critical before we get the approval. So we want to automate this process. I want machine to take the decision. So whenever somebody submits me request for insurance approval, I want my system to read the data and I want my system to approve it, reject it, or say copay or cost ratio. This way I can get the approval within 4 hours of time span, or maybe less than that, right? So you want to automate that kind of business processes, or simply like somebody said like I swiped my card twice and I was supposed to pay only once, but twice it got rejected because of some network issue. Now these kind of issues happen a lot. So why don't you automate this? Whenever you get this kind of request, ask your system to take a decision, refund the money immediately, and then you talk to the vendor bank and you get the refund. First satisfy your customer, refund the money to your customer first, then you get the money from the other vendor banks. So there are many things like this we automate in real time just because we want the customers to be happy. Loan approval, some people say in 1 hour we approve your loans. How is it happening? Because they make the systems to take decisions to approve the loan or reject the loan or do something. We don't make people sit to take the decisions. Okay, so that is how we use Pega to automate business processes. Okay, so we want our customers to be happy. So mostly, okay, we automate these kind of business process in Pega. I'll talk where Pega is being used. I'll talk in the next few minutes. Okay, so BPM tool, I'm going to talk about it in the next few minutes. Integrate with any system? Yes. So using Pega, we can integrate with any tool or application. Now, what is integration? First of all, some people are not aware of integration. For those, I'm telling. So integration is nothing but exchanging information between different projects or applications. Now, why do you want to exchange information? Okay, you're using Google Pay, right? Okay. Now, if you're using Google Pay, you make a fund transfer, right? So is Google Pay holding your account balance? No, right? Your bank is holding it. It might be any like a HDFC or Citibank or some other bank. So what is Google Pay doing? Google Pay is sending a request to that HDFC bank saying that, hey, this is the account number, this is the amount to transfer. Now HDFC will process it and they will get back with a transaction ID. So HDFC may be on Pega and Google Pay maybe is on their .NET. So .NET and Pega are integrating there. That is integration, just exchanging information between multiple systems. They both may or may not be on Pega. Okay, so they exchange the information. That is called as integration. So using Pega, we can integrate with any tool in any tool or technology. So there is no such limitation. Okay, and what else can Pega do? Pega can do reporting. You know why I'm specifically talking about reporting? There are various reporting tools available in the market. There are many tools or technologies in the market who can't do good reporting. So what these people do is they again go and buy reporting tools just to do reporting in their project. But in Pega, within Pega tool itself, you can do reporting. Similarly, we can do deployments. What is deployment? Deployment is nothing but dropping your code in the next environment. So I did my coding. Now it's all working good. Now I have to give to the next team for testing. They are done with the testing. Now you have to give to the end user for using. So we push the code from one system to another system. That is called as deployment. Even for deployments, many people use some external tools for deployments. That is not required in Pega because within Pega itself we can do the deployments as well. Okay. So similarly, a lot of things we can do within Pega: reportings, integrations, emails. You can generate PDFs, you can send fax, you can send SMS, you can make a call. Everything is possible. One complete end-to-end application you can build using Pega. Okay, end-to-end application you can do. As I told you, you can have a chat option in your application. You can have an SMS option in your application. You can do emails. You can do reportings. You can do a lot of things end-to-end. You can send fax, SMS, all things. You can drop a file. The system can read the file and do the processing for you. Okay, so everything we can do in the Pega tool. That is the reason it's a hot cake in the market. Okay, because it can automate a lot of your business processes, and it's a no coding or low coding tool, so anybody can learn Pega and work on it. It's easy when compared to other tools and technologies in the market. Okay, now it's a BPM tool. Now what is BPM? Let's talk about BPM first. Pega is a BPM tool. Now what is BPM? BPM stands for business process management. There are no arrows in the definition. I kept arrows. Okay, so BPM means business process management. I want you to split and understand, so I kept arrows. So you have a business, okay, it has some streamlined process. You want to manage it in a better way. Okay, like I told you, maybe today everything is a manual. Everybody has to come to your insurance company to get their insurance approved, or maybe they have to call your customer support and do something, or maybe they would need to visit a bank to do the fund transfer or a fund deposit or something. You want to automate it. You want to manage it in a better way. You want to streamline the things. Okay, so you want a process. So BPM is nothing but business process management, nothing but they contain a set of guardrails. Okay, so BPM defines some best practices, guys. Guardrails means best practices. So they will tell you some best practices, like this is how a tool should behave. For a tool to behave, or tool, how a tool should should be. So if your tool works as per the BPM guardrails, we call it as a BPM tool. If a tool or technology works as per these guardrails, it's called as a BPM tool. Now, what are these guardrails? They say that it should be, independent of hardware. Okay, and they say it should be like design once and use anywhere. They say it should be able to integrate with any system. Okay, so like this, a lot of guardrails are there. Okay, when we start the training, I'll share you all the list of guardrails. So like this, a lot of guardrails are there. There's nothing but best practice that a BPM suggests. Okay, so if you follow those best practices, they say it is a BPM tool in the market. So Pega is a BPM tool because it follows all this best practices that is set by BPM. Okay, so this is how we use. Now, where do we use Pega? Thing is, as I told you, Pega's capabilities are different. So we don't use Pega to build something like Amazon, Flipkart, or something like a social networking site. No, we don't use Pega for that. We use it for the intranet applications. Pega is generally used in the intranet applications. Why not in the internet applications? So as I told you, the business process more lies within the company, not external. Okay. Think of a website, HDFC end user website. Okay. We don't build it on Pega. Okay, we don't build it on Pega because are you driving any business here? Not much business is being driven here. Hardly you will do a fund transfer, you will request for a checkbook, or you will just see your transaction history. That's it, right? So for this, Pega is not required. You can do it in any other tool or technology which can cost you less. Okay, so where do you use Pega? HDFC internal application to approve loans or credit cards, etc. So Pega is used here to simplify the business process. So you can see most of the Pega projects, 99% of the Pega projects are intranet applications only. Means employees of the bank will be, employees of the organization, employees of the organization use these applications within company network. Okay, so I as an end user, I will not be able to use any Pega application. Whereas if I'm an employee of some bank or some health insurance company or something, as an employee within their company network, I'll be having access to some projects or some applications, right? So in that we'll be using Pega. Like this, maybe I get a request from a customer to approve the loan. I will open the application, I'll see everything. I may approve, I may reject, I may send for something, for verification or something. Similarly, credit cards. So when you visit a bank, the clerk in the bank will be using an application, right? That is maybe built on Pega. It's intranet application, right? Or when you visit anything, or maybe you go to some airport, or maybe the staff of the airport will have some application in front of them to issue you the tickets and all. That is intranet application which may be built on Pega. Okay, so all the Pega applications are intranet applications. They are used by the employees of the company to simplify their business process. Let me give you some of the examples of the projects that I have worked. Okay, so I have worked in a banking project for claims processing. Okay, I have worked in a finance project to release salaries to employees every month. So it was used by my payroll team. Okay, I have built a project to process salaries for employees every month, which was used by my payroll team. Okay, and I worked in a HR team project, which was used to remove employees with below average performance or something. So if you don't perform good, right, people are going to pull you, out of out of the company. So we had a project for that, and I worked for that. It's called a severance tool. They remove you from the company. So there was a tool for that which we have built. So I worked on it, and I worked on a health insurance project. I worked on a legal domain project to process your court proceedings and all. Okay, so these are the various areas I have worked, just to give you an idea like where Pega is being used. Pega is still used in transportation, media, and many other departments. Okay, whatever areas I worked and wherever we used Pega, I'm just showing you. So like this, we were using Pega in various areas. Okay, so any questions so far, guys, about Pega or BPM, or where do we use Pega? Any questions on this?
Can we use it in courier applications? I think it is also a process kind.
Yeah, see, with anything within the internal to the company, if you want to process something, you can use it. But again, take care of the licensing cost because licensing cost is very high. So if your business is too big and if you think it's worth investing in Pega to drive your business, then go for it. Otherwise, if you're investing 1 million to get the license, I mean, I don't know the cost of Pega. I'm just saying because it depends from
Okay,
company to company and the client base and everything. They have a lot of criteria. I'm just giving for example. If you're investing 1 million to get the license of Pega and your business turnover is hardly like, like maybe like 50,000 or something. What is the point in investing in Pega? Then you could have done it with any other tool or technology, right? So if your business is
correct.
that big and if you think it makes sense to use Pega in your project, then go for it. Based on your turnover, client base, requirements, all that stuff. Otherwise, for small projects, we don't prefer to use Pega. Just that you're going to run into losses, that's it. Yeah, no use of using Pega there.
And also one more point. When you say it is internally used, that means the only building of the application is on Pega. That means the end user is not using Pega.
Yeah,
So
actual
the
end users are
deployment
not
will be
using Pega.
into some other environment. Yeah.
Right. Actual end users never use Pega. So I'm a customer of HSBC. I may need to use Pega. Employee of HSBC or customer support representative of HSBC will be using Pega to process my requests. I just call and tell them, hey, I lost my money. They will take my request in a project which is built on Pega and they will process the request.
Okay. So when we deploy it, it will be into another system, right? Not
Right.
into Pega.
No, no,
Okay.
we deploy it into Pega only. So I have one
Okay.
server which is for development, which has Pega tool installed in it. I do development. Then I have a different server which is having Pega software. I deploy my code, people will test. Then we have another machine where Pega is installed. I deploy my code, people will start using it production.
Okay.
I'll
True.
talk about
Thanks.
these in detail as we keep doing the training. Day one, it is too
Yeah.
much
Sure.
to take all this.
Yeah. Sure. Sure. Thank you.
As it is
And Nikhila,
9:40, I
for
see there's
this,
a dropout, so maybe I need to complete it fast. Yeah, please tell me.
yeah, I think for this, the Jenkins integration is not required, right? It has, you said like it has an internal deployment capability.
Right, we have internal deployment capabilities. So again, it depends from team to team, guys. Some people are
Mhm.
using pipelines still for deployment. Okay, 1 minute. Yeah, sorry, guys. Yeah, I was on mute because there was somebody at my door. Sorry, I was answering something. Can you please tell me? I
So I was
lost.
asking like Jenkins integration is not
Ah,
required
yes,
here,
yes,
or
yes.
it is
See,
required.
generally Pega has
Yeah.
it inbuilt capability to do the deployments, guys. But there are projects, where we are using again different ways of deployment. I worked in project where we are using this pipelines, Amazon pipelines for deploying the code. Although we had Pega things, people had different design architectures
Mhm.
and all. And I worked in project where we were using some external tools like SCM to deploy. I worked in n number of
Okay.
projects where we used purely only Pega for deployments. Whatever the internal thing that Pega gives for deployment, we were using it. Everybody has their own
Okay.
style. Okay. Although Pega has that capability, but different people are still using
Mhm.
different styles of deployment. It is not required, but for some reasons they are using it.
For the source code management, it has an inbuilt that also.
Right, we have that inbuilt, we have versioning system and all. I'll talk
Okay.
about it down the lane, guys. In the demo itself, it may be a
Sure.
little too much for others. But yes, code
Okay.
maintenance, versioning, deployments, everything we do within Pega only, not required to integrate with external systems.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. And as I told you, higher the version of Pega, they come up with a lot of enhancements, guys. So even today, I don't know if some of you might be knowing about this Scrum boards, right? Maybe you know this Rally, Jira tools, right, where we draft the requirements and stories. Pega also has an agile workbench from 8.x. So like that, with the new version of Pega, they try to integrate more and more concepts in such a way that you need not buy any other tool or technology outside of Pega. So they try to do maximum things within Pega, and now they wanted to capture requirements and stories also within the Pega tool only. So day by day, they are growing at a very good pace. Okay, maybe down the line we will stop using rallies and all, rally and Jira, and maybe I'm not sure. I'm just saying. For those of you who don't know Jira and Rally, please ignore this, guys. As we start the training, I'll explain you all these things. Okay, so I'll be giving you small stories or requirements, and I'll tell you how we get in real time, how the stories are given, in which tool they are given. I'll talk about everything: the Scrum calls, Scrum meetings, everything. How a developer's day starts and ends in a real time. I'll explain you all these things. Okay. So in demo, I don't want to talk all that and scare some of you. So yeah. Anything else, guys, before we go to the history of Pega?
I have one doubt, Nicola. So,
Yeah,
what is the difference
I lost.
between CP decisioning?
Decisioning is different, right? Completely. Even I'm not aware of CPDC much, but there you use, automated. We have a lot of functionalities in Pega which can automatically take decisions and drive your business. Instead of you, it's more like artificial intelligence or something. So Pega learns through existing things and they try to take the decision. System itself tries to take the decision, but I don't know much about it. Even I have never explored much on CPDC. I'll get back to you because I have plans to learn CPDC for my own. So I'll just get back to you on this question.
Yeah, okay, fine. But instead of learning this Pega, so the company is hiring and they are giving the CPDC training. That is better, or going Pega is better? I think.
I think first you should know at least Pega to go with CPDC. At least the basic Pega we
Okay.
need to learn before we go for CPDC.
Yeah, okay, fine. Actually, the company, one of my friend is got placed in CBA, Commonwealth Bank of Australia, but he placed for decisioning. They taken
Okay.
the candidate for decisioning, so they are giving the training for them. So actually,
Okay.
he doesn't work anywhere. He just learned and
Yeah,
through
that's good. See,
someone
this
he
is
got placed.
purely CPTC is nothing but predictive analysis here. It's like based on the multiple data you give it to the system will decide what is the next best action. So it is like you give 100 rows of data. Like earlier, if this happened, they rejected. If this happened, they approved. So like that, they'll feed the data. So now next time when a new data comes, system will try to learn on its own. It's more like machine learning, but I'm not too much into it. I know at a very high level. So what I know, I'm just saying. Um, okay,
Yeah, yeah, okay.
okay,
Thanks.
yeah, no problem. So let me just complete about the history of Pega, guys. Then again, I'll take up your questions. I know there are some questions in the chat. I am going to answer it. Okay. Only thing is like because we are running short of time, people are slowly dropping. So I don't want that to happen. This is the history of Pega. Some of you may know Pega in the last 3 years or 4 years or 5 years. Maybe you're thinking it's very new in the market. So I just want you to know that it is there since 1980s. Okay, since 1985, people have started using Pega. It was launched in 1983, and Alan Treffler is the CEO of Pega Systems. He's a world chess champion. Okay, and that is the reason you see the. Did you see the logo of Pega? It's a horse with wings. Because he's a chess champion, he preferred to give that horse with wings as a logo for Pega. And this is the just a tagline for Pega: build for a change. And their goal is to eliminate coding and automate manual work. Okay, and competitors of Pega, hey, they are way behind Pega. Okay, so just because they're all equal BPM tools, I listed out the names. Appian, ServiceNow, IBM BPM, and a lot of BPM tools are available in the market, but Pega's capabilities are way ahead of them. Okay, so that's about it. And coming to the certifications in Pega, We have various certifications, guys, and certification is mandatory for a developer in Pega to get himself recruited. It is mandatory. Okay. So if you're not certified, they will even not consider your profile. Now, for developer, we should have CSA, WSA, LSA. So CSA is like a junior level certification, like till 2 years, 3 years, it's fine. After you complete 3 years of experience, better to write WSA, senior level certification, WSA. Okay. And after you complete like 8 years or 9 years, go for LSA, lead level certification. Okay. Now, again, we have to go with the market trend, guys. See, first you keep your resume with 2 to 3 years of experience and CSA certification. See how many calls you're getting. If the calls are good, fair enough. If they're not good, people are expecting WSA from you, go give WSA certification also. What is there? And keep it handy. Maybe you'll get more calls. So just go as per the market trend and write the certifications. And do they have any expiry? No, they don't have any expiry. Once you're certified forever. That's it. Just with the new versions of Pega, maybe you need to upgrade by writing certification in the latest versions of Pega. That's it. Otherwise, there's no kind of expiry. And for those who are going for business analyst, it is for them. Data scientist, this one, marketing, based on your role in Pega, you have different types of certifications. Does testers have any certification? No. Testers also generally write CSA only. Okay. Otherwise, there is no specific certification for testers. Okay.
Nikhila, sorry to interrupt.
No, I'm done. Please go
One
ahead with the
thing.
questions.
Actually, one of my friends, he is facing the problem with certifications while getting recruited.
Okay.
The thing is, we are placing some 2 to 3 years of fake experience to get into the company on Pega, right?
Right.
So now I'm going through the Pega training, and after completion, I'll go through the certification. And the certification date will be somewhere around some Feb 2022 or March 22. And
Right.
immediately I'm placing my resume.
Right.
So I may, yeah, there were few questions like why you have gone through CSA now. And if I'm not getting the calls on CSA, I'm continuously doing certification CWSA also. It will be also in March 2022.
Right. See, what I suggest you is just an offline thought, guys. Maybe because anyways you are going to write through dumps or some other source, get certified right away, so that at least you will have some past date in the certification. Again, it is just like 3 months or 4 months past. I know they might ask you the same question. You did just only 3 months or 4 months back. See, two things, guys. Not everybody is going to check your certification date in PDN. Okay, PDN is the official website for Pega, pdn.pega.com. Okay, there if you type a person's first name and last name, you will find what are his certifications. Okay, not everybody is going to check that. Some people will check that and they'll get back to you with these questions. Because if you are working on Pega, you should be certified a long time back. How come you're certified in the recent past? Then there are two ways to answer. One way is like you can tell them, I was just working as a shadow in my projects. Shadow means you will not have any billing. You're just working like a supporting person. Okay. I was just working like a shadow in my project. So they didn't ask me to get certified till now. That is the reason I was not certified. That is one way. Second way is you tell them I did certification a long time back on a different, mail ID that is somehow not picking up right now. I don't know. There is some issue. So just you can say like that. Sometime back I did with a different mail ID. Somehow this is not picking with my first name and last name. I'm talking with Pega Systems about that as well. I'm just checking with them why it is not picking up. You can just say that way. Okay. End of the day, it's purely your interview performance, right? See, maybe I know that this person is fake, or maybe I know he is just trained. But at least if I can see a struggle to grab an opportunity on Pega, or if I can see a struggle in answering the questions, I feel like giving an opportunity, right? There are people who know that you're still fake, but if you're doing good in the interviews, at least you're trying to do good. We feel like giving an opportunity. So this certification matters only in some companies, guys. Not always, not in all the companies, not everywhere. Okay. So the way you perform in the interviews matters a lot. Yeah, certification will pull your leg in the beginning of the interview, but that's okay. To a certain extent, that's okay. Okay, just try to give your best. They will give you an opportunity. not everybody is rude or harsh, right? Because you're a fake, they will not just say bye bye, your interview has come to an end. Not that way. So it's okay.
Thanks, Nikhila.
Okay. And see, in some companies, maybe if your team knows you, maybe you can just tell them, see, because I was cross-tooled, although my manager asked me to get certified, I told him that I want to first get a real-time exposure and then I want to do the certification. So my management gave me time. Now I feel comfortable, so I gave the certification. You can answer that way, right? You can answer this way about the certification, but plan to answer well in the interviews than about these kind of questions. Okay. That's what I feel. Okay. Now let me come back to the questions in the chat. Am I covering the performance tools? Yes, those are covered. Okay. And Pega guardrails, nothing but Pega best practices, Syed. Pega has some best practices. Like, see, they tell you you have to do this way, that way, and all. I'll be teaching you down the lane. Okay. So that is Pega guardrails. DSS, yes, it is covered in the training Venu. Yeah, I have to update my course content. Yeah, we are covering few things, but not update. The website was done long time back. I'll update that. Any government organization using Pega in India? Yes, Venu, there was a project in Vijayawada, maybe a year or 2 years back. A lot of recruitment happened for that. That is something. It starts with E. I don't remember that, but it was in Vijayawada or Vijayanagaram also. I'm not recollecting. A lot of recruitment happened for that Pega project. It was a government project. So we have government projects also. BPM tool which is used to okay. So did I miss any other questions, guys? Pega tester role is there in Pega. So Pega tester role is there, but it is just like any other tester. You're not going to do something new in Pega. Okay, maybe hardly one or two debugging tools and performance tools you will learn in Pega, but the rest of the way that you test in other tools and technologies remains the same. The same way you will write your scripts, the same way you will do manual testing or automated testing, everything remains the same. Hardly couple of debugging tools you will learn here. That's it, not much. Somebody saying even if we clear your interviews and get a job, it is still nervous on the first day as we don't have experience, isn't it? Yeah, it will be nervous. Of course, it will be nervous. Why? Why not? But still, the level of expertise or the comfort you have in Pega will differ, right? So if you're completely a layman to Pega, maybe you will be more nervous. But if you at least do all the practicals that I'm going to teach you in the session, and if you are comfortable in the Pega development portal, maybe you may not be that nervous. And of course, I'm going to give you the complete real-time exposure, guys. Like I told you, how a developer's day starts, how he will be working, how he'll get the requirement, what type of people will be there in the team, what type of people means I don't mean characters. I mean like, Scrum Master, developer, tester, those roles I'm speaking. Okay. So I'll explain you the whole thing, guys. So don't worry. Okay. Things will settle down. So I'm going to give all that exposure to you and you can take it forward.
Nikhila, one question.
Yeah, please.
So as we are seeing at the certifications here, so does it have to go in this order, or can I
Yeah,
directly
you
do the
have to
robotics
go in this order,
certification?
guys, because CSA is a level certification. Without CSA on your name, you can't book CWSA. Without CWSA on your name, you can't book an exam for LSA. And the rest of the things are as per role, so they don't have any sequence. But CSA, WSA, and LSA have a sequence.
Okay, so I can directly appear for robotics.
Yeah, you can go ahead and do it.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Did I miss any other questions or anybody has anything to ask me? Do you have any suggestions or any feedback? Do you want me to cover something else in this demo? Feel free to say me. Guys, this is the way, the entire training will go. I'll be very free with my people. Okay, you can ask me anything, which I know, which I don't know. Anything you can ask me. Okay, if I don't know, I'll try to get some information. I'll get back, and feel free to give me
Yeah,
your feedbacks also if you didn't like something. Yeah, please tell me.
yeah. See, like we have different certifications, right? PCSA, and then
Right.
PCSA. Okay. So is there any time gap required between the CSA and then
No,
CWSA?
guys, it is not required. You can write immediately in the same week also you can write. Okay, but as the other person told,
Okay.
interviewer might ask you, why did you do in the, because there that year and month will display, not week and date, but they might ask you. So it's better if you give some time and do your certification. So what I suggest you people is, if you made up your mind to come to IT and learn Pega, just go ahead and write the exam, guys. There are multiple ways to write a certification. I know you don't know anything Pega, but I'm still asking you to write certification. The reason I'm asking you is, as I told you, people will check your certification month and dates, right? So why don't you go and write later again when you study? Maybe you can just have a recap of everything. So it's better if you have that handy. Actually, this is not a good way of doing things, but that is how the market is looking at us, right? See, how can I get myself certified if you don't give me an opportunity to work on Pega? But that's how they're expecting us. So that is the reason we are doing this kind of stuff.
Yeah, this
Okay,
training
Nikhil.
related
Thank you.
to CSA and CSSA certification only, right?
Right. Right. It is related
Things
to
we have
CSA
to
and
learn
WSA.
ourselves or how to. Okay. If you want to certified by business architect or something, means
That's a different training
marketing
which is not
consultant.
covered here.
Yes.
That's a different training.
Okay. Okay. 4 or 5 years back, I wrote a sound version of certificate. So now I can write an 8.5, right?
Right, you
Better.
can. There is some echo, so I muted everyone. Those who
So I
want to
can
speak.
write senior SSA also, right? So I
You can.
have 4 years gap of
Yes.
7 and.
See, if I wrote
Yeah.
CSA in Pega 6.
Okay.
One second. There's an echo, so I'll mute you. Okay. If I wrote CSA in Pega 6 today, I can write CWC in Pega 8. And tomorrow in Pega 10 or 11, I'll write my LSA. That's fine. No problem.
Okay. I'm saying if I write a SSA also not an issue, right? Seniors
Right,
market
right.
also. Thanks.
I'm just muting everyone because there's an echo. There's some questions in the chat. So somebody asked me, will you provide placements? As I told you in the beginning of the demo, we give placement assistance. So we refer you to some companies telling that you're just trained on Pega, and based on your interview performance, they will take you. But the only best thing is they know that you're just trained on Pega, so they're not going to screw you up in the interviews. They'll ask some basic questions, and based on your performance, they will take you. Don't go for proxy, guys. The only thing that I promise you towards the end of the training is you will never need a proxy or job support if you at least practice what I'm teaching you. Okay. And I will teach you the interview questions in such a way that it is like a dump. If you just go through all the interview questions that I teach you, 80% of the questions will come from whatever I teach you only. It's like a dump. Okay. Trust me, this is going to work out. That's how I have been doing all my years. You can see my Google reviews, guys, where I have posted a lot of pictures of my students who got a job in the recent past. Okay, this interview training really helps you a lot. Yes, the course covers the difference between 7 and 8. Somebody posted a question in the chat. Yes, it is going to cover. CPBA opportunities. Hey, CPBA opportunities, let me tell you one thing. One project will have maybe like a lot of developers, right? Maybe they can have 20, 25, 30 developers also. But one project will have only hardly one or two BAs. Sometimes multiple projects will have only one BA. So the opportunity for a BA outside is comparatively very less. Okay. Forget about CPBA. Just for a BA role, the opportunities are generally very less. Right. So based on that, you can plan. If your certification is not reflecting in Pega Academy, maybe you need to talk to Pega support team. How will I know that I'm somebody like you? Okay, so just talk to Pega support team, pdn.pega.com. You will see their contact number. Talk to them. Which certification is best for freshers? Everybody has to go in a sequence. Everybody has to start with CSA, then followed by WSA, and then LSA. No choice. There's nothing best or this thing. Everybody has to start with CSA only. Yes, this course covers CSA and CWSA. Okay, and a little bit of touch points of LSA because SOAP, REST, and few other major topics we are doing. So a little bit at higher level. As I told you, whatever a developer needs to work in his day-to-day life for a 4 years experience is what we are training you on. So that you feel very comfortable when you grab an opportunity on Pega. Things will not be like Greek and Latin. That is what we try to assure you.
Hi, Nikhila. Manoj here.
Yeah,
I
Manoj.
have one query. Actually, I have done CSA certificate with the last company. So, how I can proceed for CWSA certificate, Nikhila?
No, it has nothing to do with the company. If you just get into PDN and you type your first name and last name, your certificate will display. It has nothing to do with which organization you were when you wrote the certification. Even when you give
Yeah,
your certification,
actually,
you can give your Gmail ID instead of giving your company email ID. You can give your Gmail ID also.
okay. Now, for CWSA, how I can proceed, Nikhila, with the Gmail ID or current organization ID?
I prefer to go with Gmail IDs here because you might keep on changing n number of companies down the lane, right? So better to give it with Gmail ID.
Okay, Nikhil, thank you.
Yeah, because I also faced this issue in the initial days of my career. Then I started using my personal email IDs. Okay, so do you provide LSA training? I'm planning Aditya, but it will not. It will take time, maybe couple of months. But I'll keep you guys posted when I start LSA trainings. I don't start anything until and unless I completely master on it, because I am taking time to master on the LSA things. I am a certified LSA guys. Now don't doubt on that. Okay, but for training, uh, not everybody who knows can train. Okay, similarly, not everything you know you can train. So I'm just trying to prepare myself to become a good trainer for LSA as well. So it may take 4 months or 5 months for that. I'm just in the process. Okay, only after I feel myself completely eligible for that, I'll start the LSA trainings. As of now, it's on hold. It may take time. Okay. Now I don't want to take all the time of your Sunday. Your family will kick me after some time if this continues. So any questions, guys? That's it from my side for the demo.
Nikhila,
I'm planning to start the batch
Nikhila,
mostly from Feb 2nd or that weekend. Okay. Those who are interested to enroll, please reach me on WhatsApp. I'll tell you the process to enroll for the training. And then I'll give you the software. Please start installing the software because I'll tell you the system requirements and everything. I want everything to be ready by the time we start the batch.
Nikhila, small question.
Yes,
It's
Ramesh.
a general question. Yeah. I just it's not a question, it's a suggestion, Nikhila, if it is possible. Instead of Saturday, Sunday, so you're going to cover 3 hours. Will it
Mm-hmm.
be a lengthy session, Nikhila? Just I'm asking.
No,
three
yes,
hour
Ramesh, I
session.
agree. So many people who are new to Pega, they feel that, because it might be lengthy because 3 hours on each day. See, in the initial days of the training, I don't take up 3 hours, Ramesh. Or, what I do is initial like 4 to 5 days, it's a lot of theory. I'll start practical only from the fifth session or sixth session. I mean, it is a lot of theory. Sitting
Okay.
3 hours and listening to a theory is like, it's a very boring thing. So what I do is like initial 4 or 5 sessions will be only for 1.5 hour or 2 hours, not more
Okay.
than that. Slowly, then when we start the practical part, I'll take 3 hour session. And when we take 3 hour sessions, also we have break in between. So for every 1.5 hour, we take a break. So take a break of 10 to 15 minutes. So you can, settle down and you can come back.
So that is fine. And even if required, maybe we can actually extend a weekend. For example, if it is maybe
Hmm.
every weekend three hours is not possible. So maybe based upon
Yes, yes, yes.
the remaining topics, you will extend
Right.
the
See,
weekends. Not
anyone, any point
exactly.
of time, if you're taking it's getting little too much, you can ping me in the chat here. Okay. Maybe we can stop, we can take a break, or we can wrap up the session for the day. No problem. Okay. We'll go with the majority opinion on that day. Not a big deal.
If it is maybe 3 hours, Nikhila, if it, I don't know, if maybe
No,
you
I'm going
think
to use
instead of
GoToMeeting
3 hours,
only. Yeah.
okay, you can think about from 2 to 2.5 hours, and you can extend 2 weekends. That will also will help you and us also. Okay, just
Right.
it's a suggestion. You take it
Yeah.
up.
Yes, Ramesh. Yes, yes. So we will not do too much on the initial days, guys. Only when you start practical, we'll go for 3 hours because practical, even if you do for 4 hours, also you'll not find it boring because it looks interesting. When you do the practical part, you'll feel happy. It's just like a lab in your, graduation. So that will be good. Theory for sure it will be boring. So I'll cut short the time when we do theory. It just happens with every batch. Whenever we take up theory, we'll do only 1.5 hours, not more than that. And yes, sir.
Thanks,
The
Nikhila.
RAM that is required is 8 GB, and I suggest to have a good processor like a i5 or something, so that your system will not be slow. If you have 4 GB, please plan to upgrade it. Okay, no doubt it will not work properly. Okay, and somebody is asking me, can I expect daily sessions? Hey, the problem that we are not taking up daily sessions is 80% of the people who are attending the training are working. Okay, and some of them are in shifts, and for some of them, we don't know when the day ends. There are days when even my day ends at 12 o'clock in the midnight because we keep working, right? We work on a lot of issues. So we may or may not be able to connect on the next day. Similarly, we may or may not find time to do the practicals, right? So that is the reason I only take up 3 days a week, and that too especially on weekends, so that you don't have other things prioritized. Okay, and the rest of the days I'm leaving it. You do your work, you do the practical, you do your learning. Okay, and come back to me. And undoubtedly, every Friday you have to submit with the screenshots of the tasks. So you will be in touch with the subject, guys. It's not because you don't have a daily class, you're not in touch with the subject. Who is going to do the practical and submit me the task screenshots? It's you, right? So you will be in touch with the subject. Just that I don't want to take your day, that's it. Do we have to install new version by Feb 2nd? Yes, I
Nikhila,
will
one
be
more
giving you the
query.
software. You have
Are
to
you
install, please.
providing any documents with the screenshot on daily basis?
So we are giving you the recording, right? The recording will have the end-to-end practical that I'm doing. So you will play the recording and you will be doing it. Within the session, you will not do anything. After the session is over, within 1 hour, I'll give you the recording. You will play it and you will practice it.
Okay.
So the way that you're sitting today and asking queries, the same way every session you will sit and ask. Only few sessions I'll conduct like a kind of practical exam or something. So those days you'll be practicing in the session. Other days you will just watch and see what I'm doing. That's it.
Okay. Okay. Thanks, Nikhila.
Okay. So anything else, guys, before we wrap up?
Thanks, Nikhila, for your time. Have a nice Sunday.
Yeah. So thank you so much, guys. Anything else you want to know, feel free to reach me on WhatsApp. Okay, ping me on WhatsApp. Maybe not all the time, and I'm in a position to answer the calls. Okay, but ping me on WhatsApp. I generally check every 1 hour or every 2 hours. I keep checking. So maybe I'll ring you back, or maybe I'll answer your question. Okay, don't worry if I'm not attending your calls. I'll be available on WhatsApp most of the time. Okay,
Thank
any
you.
question, any layman question, feel free to ask me. No problem. Okay. Okay, guys, then see you again. Have a nice weekend. Thank you so much. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nikhila.
Thank you,
Bye.
Nikhila.
Thank you, Nikhila.
Thank you.